Hello and very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. A very warm welcome to the Authors Saga series. A quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and more reading and inculcating the habit of reading, research, and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Pick a Book currently marks its inspiring presence in four countries: Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK, with over 1,200 plus readers, 19 regions, and 100,000 plus people inspired through a sessions in a span of 1.5 year. While Pick a Book continues to spread its wings across the globe, we have come up with this initiative, a brand of our own called Authors Saga series, wherein the authors can reach their readers and individuals with like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights of their books, and readers can have this wonderful opportunity to know more about the book from the author himself. So quickly, wasting no time, our guest for tonight is Mr. Prashant Pandita, with his coming up with his wonderful book, The Zehlam Boys. So very warm welcome, Mr. Prashant.
Inviting me here.
Great. So I hope you're doing all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. What about you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm all good as well. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, let us quickly get to know a little more about the author today. Mr. Prashant was born in Kashmir and spent the first 18 impressionable years of his life in Srinagar before bidding a reluctant adieu to the place. He's an engineer by qualification. He calls himself an accidental writer stuck in the corporate world to cater to his worldly needs. He's married to Mika, and they celebrate their silver jubilee of togetherness this year. And their two kids have already flown the nest, and daughter is pursuing MS in US, and while the son is doing his BTech in IIT Kanpur. So he's all settled, and he stays in Thane with his wife and father. So once again, with that beautiful intro, we welcome you, Mr. Prashant, and it's a pleasure to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks again.
Okay, first of all, I would like to congratulate, in fact, the whole team of Pick a Book would like to congratulate on the success of this wonderful book, and we all wish you a long way in writing.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you an avid reader, Ms. Prashant? And
Not really now. Not really now. I was an avid reader once upon a time when I was young. So when I was a child, so in school days it was Hardy Boys. Then in teenage days it was Sydney Sheldon and stuff. But once life happened, I got into job and all these things happened. So reading was reduced considerably. So I am not an avid reader. I read only the recommended books now, whatever is recommended to me. So I read, and if I like action thrillers, so if some good action thriller comes by, so I like to read those. Otherwise, from last say 15 20 years, I have not been what I was a voracious reader once upon a time. I not now, because you know how it is once one gets into
yeah,
job and all.
yeah, true. That's true. Okay. Good. And is there any story behind getting this title, the Zalem Boys?
Story is there in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. I have described it in the book why I have given this title
Okay.
to so if I reveal it now, I don't know how much I can reveal, but it's there in
Okay.
the book. I have written it. It's basically a book about two friends.
Mm.
uh, one is of one faith and one is of different faith. So it's
Okay.
basically about their friendship, and they call themselves Jahlim boys because both of them are they stay on the banks. They live on the banks of
Mm.
the river,
Okay.
on this river, Jahlim River. So
Jahlim.
they call themselves the Jahlim boys because both
Okay.
stay on the banks of the same river,
Mm.
probably in the same locality, but on the banks of the same river.
Okay.
So they think that Jahlim is their bond
Mm.
before they knew each other. So that's why they call themselves the Jhelum boys.
Random voice. Great.
I have given you a gist. The remaining thing is
Yeah.
in the book.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much. That sounds interesting. Okay. So since you belong to Kashmir, and spent the early years of your life there, so would you like to share any of your childhood memories with us?
Yeah, a lot of memories are there. So I think 40 minutes would be too less a time. But yes, it was normal Indian, big, happy joint family. Joint
Okay.
family to the extent I can tell you the position was that till about fifth or sixth standard, I didn't know who was my sibling and who was my cousin.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
yeah, so even now using the word cousin in our family is bit of a taboo.
Oh,
So it was a big family. We were around 7 8 cousins,
okay.
of the same age group, probably plus minus 2 3 years, give and take 2 3 years. So
Okay.
we were more of friends and cousins also.
Hmm.
So we used to enjoy a lot. Then there was a lot of respect for elders also. It still is, even
Hmm.
now.
Okay.
If you see, I my younger uncle is, he's no more, but
Okay.
my father and his younger brother, my father would be 85 and my uncle would be 80. but
Oh.
but the love and respect they have for each other, you can still feel. He treats him
Hmm.
like a younger brother, and this guy treats him
Oh,
like an elder brother.
that's
So that
super.
is how it is till today. So
Okay.
that is I have such memories from early childhood. This is the family part. Then I had wonderful time with my school friends also.
Okay.
My school was one of the counted ones in Srinagar, if I may say so.
Hmm.
So I have some very wonderful, very good memories of that school. Also, I have some
Hmm.
friends from the school who are my friends till now also. So
Okay.
it was a normal, regular Indian middle class, happy upbringing.
Family.
So
Again. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
that is how it was, and a lot of memories about Kashmir also, because the school where I studied, it would take us to places where normally other schools would not go. We would go and explore some high level lakes, high mountain lakes,
Okay.
or peaks. Our picnics would be mountaineering and trekking. Our picnics would not be going to some place and eating your dabbas and
Snacks.
all. It was not that.
Okay.
So that way, a lot of memories.
Okay. That sounds so interesting.
Yeah, it was more like a scenic school sort of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. As it is, the Kashmir has its vibe.
Yeah,
Whenever somebody say Kashmir, it's all like beauty associated with beautiful places. Wonderful.
absolutely, absolutely.
So you still visit there? I mean, as
No,
you often-
I have not visited that place after 1990. In fact, my children visited 2 years back with my
oh,
father, with my dad. They visited, but I have not visited till now. So probably I am planning to visit, maybe perhaps this year or next year. But
okay.
I somehow didn't get a chance to visit, because
Okay.
people do visit. It's
Yeah.
not that people are not visiting, but I somehow personally did not get a chance to visit. Now
Okay.
I'll be visiting.
Okay, great. Okay, so how did you get this idea of this story? Since it's a very delicate subject, are there any instances of your life or someone's life, which made you write this story?
This story, not my life, but
Hmm.
yes, there are instances that there are some episodes in this story which have actually happened. Some things have happened with my friends,
Okay.
and the fun part between the Mudassar and his friend Nishant, the fun part is basically what you can say that it is, I my personal anecdotes, my personal experiences. But whatever the tragic part is there, it's all what I have heard from others. So that is how it is. But these are true experiences what I have written, not of one individual, but
Mm-hmm.
overall you can say that what I have shown in the first part of the book. Second part is fantasy, but what I
Okay.
have shown in the first part of book is probably, yes, a lot of it is
Hmm.
based on real experiences.
Wonderful. Great. Okay, so who has been the biggest influence in your life?
Well, I think biggest influence for everyone is his or her mother, and it
Mm.
is irrespective of the species, whether we talk of humans or animals. So for me also, it is the same. My mother has been my biggest influence.
Mm.
So she passed away a few years back. So she was
Mhm.
a different lady. She was slightly ahead of her time. So
Okay.
she would tell me things which people are now saying. So she would tell me those things, different things,
Okay.
around 40, 30, 40 years back. For
Wow.
example, let me also
Ah.
give you a few examples. Like she would always tell me that you should live slightly uh, more than your means,
Mhm.
slightly more than what you actually have. That is, normal conventional thought is that one should live within one's
With
means.
what we have,
So
yes.
she would say that if you are earning 100 rupees, and if you plan to live by those means,
Mm.
you should try to live by the means of 105. Probably that it's not that I'm earning 100 and I should spend 105. She is
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that what would have been my standard at 100, I should
Mm.
maintain a standard what should have been at 105. So probably she meant that. And I
Okay.
would so she was like that. So I'll give you one example. When around late 90s, I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
a car. I had just joined a job. So
Mm.
she told me to get a car. I said, Mom, I won't be able to afford a car because
Mm.
my salary that time was around 8 9,000 rupees, and EMI itself was 6,000 rupees. I won't be able
Yeah.
to do that. She
Okay.
said, you go for it, I'll pay the EMI.
Okay.
Ultimately, I went for that car. So within 6 months, I got my present job. I mean, the job in my present company.
Okay.
Within six
Okay.
months, I didn't
Okay.
try for it consciously. Maybe in the
Okay.
subconscious, it would have played somewhere that I have
Um,
to now. This EMI is coming from her pocket. I have to give it back to her. So after
mm.
6 months, I told her, you can stop your EMIs now. I'll take care of it myself. So
Okay.
these are small things which influence you in a in a
Big
long
way.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, big way. Another thing she would tell me, now it has become a fad that you should not
Mm.
haggle with small time vendors. You should not haggle with rickshaw wallahs. She would tell me these things 40 years back. She would tell me. I would ask
Oh.
her, Mom, these guys are cheating us. She says, see, they are
Mm.
not cheating. They are just being slightly over smart to feed the family back home. Like you try to be slightly over smart with your teachers. It's like that. Cheating is if you have asked for 10 apples and they give you 9 rotten apples. That is cheating. Cheating
Okay.
is not they are asking you 2 3 rupees extra. Those days 2 3 rupees, now 5 10 20 rupees.
Mm.
If they are
Yes.
asking you 2 3 5 rupees extra, that's not cheating.
Mm.
They just have. So this shaped me in some way. This has shaped me,
Mm.
the thinking, the
Mm.
other things. One more thing she would tell me, I'll tell you, I got reminded.
Okay.
I have this maybe it's in my personality. I try to please people.
Mm.
I don't like tense atmosphere.
Okay.
I tend to be friendly with everyone,
Mm.
even if it is at the cost of getting hurt sometimes. But
Okay. Okay.
she would tell me that one day she told me that, I'll tell you a story. When a person dies and he goes to heaven,
Mm.
no doubt the number of friends are counted, how many friends he had here on
Mm.
earth, but they will also count the number of enemies one had. If one had
Mm.
only friends, that is also not a good case, and if one had
Mm.
only enemies, that also is not a good case. There should be a proper balance. So if
Mm.
you have read the book, many of the things what Bansilal tells Nishant
Okay.
in this book, many
Okay.
of the things I have taken from her. So
Okay.
I would comfortably say that it's my mom who has been the greatest influence, and I think 80% of the cases it is like that,
Yeah. True. True.
irrespective
Exactly.
of the species.
Yes. Absolutely. I can't agree more on this.
Yes.
That's wonderful. She has been such
Sorry.
an inspiring figure. That's great. Very beautiful. Okay, so as you are from a corporate world, how has it been to manage corporate as well as the life of being a writer?
Yeah, it has not been so easy.
Mm-hmm.
So one it requires a lot of discipline.
Mm.
So I had, when this thought had come to my mind that I'm going to write a book, I had never thought that I'll be writing it within finishing it within 3 years. Probably this pandemic helped.
Okay.
I had just thought that I'll start, let
Hmm.
it take 5 years, 6 years, and I will keep on writing.
Okay.
So I would write in my free time. I can safely tell you that there would be a record for this book, that it has been written at all the airports within the country. It has been written in all the hotels wherever I have toured.
Okay.
I maintained a discipline of writing
Well,
basically daily. I would
okay.
write daily, even if it meant writing just a single line.
Yeah.
I would I would write it. And someday, probably, if due to some rare circumstances I was not able to write it, I would feel so guilty that I would
Mm.
get up at night, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I would write that one or two lines, whatever I. If you see my average,
Mm.
it's just 200, 300 words a day if you count the average total.
Mm.
So I would get up and write. I followed a discipline that I have to write daily, irrespective.
Wonderful.
I would reach my office before 8 o'clock, and between 8 to 10, I would get 2 straight hours, because normally
Hmm.
office timings, they start by 9:30, 10. The regular buzz, the regular activity of the office starts,
Okay.
and after 5 o'clock, once I would reach home by 6:30, and then I again, though my wife would be very angry with this, so she would say that once you are home, you should not do anything else. But
Yeah.
somehow I
Okay.
made it through.
Very good. So you see, consistency is the key for any
Consistency is the key.
success.
Discipline
Yeah.
of writing daily,
That's
irrespective.
beautiful.
So that is what how I manage the balance.
Exactly. So that's a very beautiful point, for our audience to take a note, because,
Yeah.
yeah, that is where that those habits or those consistency and the discipline is what will take them to the new heights in the
Yes.
life. Great.
Otherwise, one will not finish it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. So true.
I'm telling you, even if you have to write just one line,
Yes.
you write that line, you have to sit on that desk for 15, 20, half an hour daily, 15 minutes, half an hour daily, and write. 15, 20
Absolutely.
minutes is not a big deal. anyone
Yeah.
anyone who says that I can't even take 15, 20 minutes in a day,
Mhm.
so that, I think, it's not a very big deal. In
Yes.
some exceptional cases, okay, but normal
Hmm.
days, brushing takes 5 minutes. So
Hmm.
15, 20 minutes is okay, one can take it out.
Oh, absolutely. That is true. So okay. So when did you feel that you can write, or when did this come into your mind that you want to write a book?
See, 5 to 10 years back, I had absolutely no idea
Hmm.
that I would ever be writing a book. I'll tell you frankly. But 2017 was a very tumultuous year for me. Many
Okay.
things happened in that year.
Hmm.
2017, what happened basically, my mother, she was diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
And same year, some things happened within my company which were not entirely to my liking.
Hmm.
So many things were happening, so I was not able to look for another job also, because that was not the right time to shift, because I had to look after my mother also, and
Yeah.
going to a new job, and then proving yourself, and then looking after your mom, it would have been difficult. So I stuck here, and finally she passed away in April 2018.
Hmm.
And it was a divine intervention. In April 2018 she passed away. I think in May 2019, there was a writing contest within the company. Yeah.
Okay.
And I applied for it. I usually do it. I
Hmm.
would always do it, and I will continue doing it. So I applied as usual, and I applied, and as usual, it was selected. My article was selected. I realized that when I was writing,
Hmm.
nothing else was coming to my mind, because those
Okay.
days my mind was very disturbed. i
Hmm.
was i was a bit guilty also that I was not able to save my mom. Then there
Hmm.
was this job thing also. so
Hmm.
so many things were happening, but I realized that when I am writing, nothing else is coming to my mind. It's a sort of
Oh.
meditation for me. So
Oh.
I thought that this, contest is over, let the contest be over, but let me continue writing, let me write something.
Mm.
Let me initially I didn't think of writing a story. I thought that I will write articles for magazines, or that will keep me busy. But then I thought that articles and all won't keep me that much busy, because once
Mm.
one article is finished, then then you can get bored, or you can say, so I thought that let me write something
Mm.
which hooks me. So I
Okay.
thought of a story. So I thought
Mm.
I'll start writing. And since I was working, I was not writing it for bread and butter, so I thought let it take as much time as it want. Basically, my main idea was to be away from those thoughts which I was getting.
Mm.
That was my
Okay.
main idea, and it
Okay.
was helping me.
Great.
So I started, it continued, and finally I am speaking to you.
Wonderful.
That's what happened.
Great. That was a nice journey. Okay, so who is your favorite character in the story, and why is that your favorite?
See, that is like asking any mother who is your favorite child. So it's quite difficult. But if you push me to a wall, so what
Mm.
I have heard is that mothers like that child the most, who has been most difficult to give birth to. So
Okay.
in that sense, it is rather Bansilal. Bansilal is the character, because if you have read the book, you would have seen that Nishant is frustrated, he is violent, and he's depressed. So I
Mm.
wanted to bring him out of these things, but I wanted to show all these things also, because
Okay.
Nishant in some way represents the total Kashmiri community, a
Okay.
particular community. So I
Okay.
wanted to show that he has gone through all this, but I wanted to also show that he has come out of all this. So he is
Okay.
now free of all this. So I was not I was not getting how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I kept that thing aside, and I thought that I'll start writing some other chapters for the time being, because I was not
Mm.
able to make him come out of that depressive state, that violent
Mm.
streaks he was getting.
Okay.
And ultimately one day this idea came to me.
Mm.
So if you have read Man's Search for Meaning,
Yeah.
it's a book by Viktor Frankl. So
Yes.
I this once I was going, I have that book with me. I was good, so I thought, why not to take things from here and imbibe. Then Tuesdays with Maury, that
Mm.
professor is teaching his student.
Okay.
So this Bansilal character was born. So it
Okay.
was very difficult to conceive, but it was the most important character, because he changes the narration, he changes the direction of the
Direction.
story.
Okay.
So that way, Bansilal, you can say that Bansilal is the most favorite character.
Wonderful.
Very
So that,
difficult to conceive, very difficult to write, because he was always preaching. Now what to preach, I myself am not a preacher, so
yeah.
I had to research and do it. It was not impromptu like other
Yeah.
characters.
Okay. Good. Great to hear that. Okay. So, which type of books do you otherwise, enjoy reading?
I basically, as I told you, I enjoy good books, but
Mm.
again, my favorite is action thriller, and that
Action.
is that is probably why I ended up writing one,
Okay. Okay.
because I like Shiva trilogy a lot, and the way he
Mm.
has described each and every sequence, each and every fight scenes and all. So I like that a lot, and it influenced me. It was there somewhere in the back of my mind. So
Okay.
in my own small way, no comparison, but in my own small way, I have tried to emulate the same. I go into
Okay.
the detail
Okay. So subconsciously somewhere it is.
subconsciously somewhere, because
Mm.
I go into a lot of details, probably details which are not even required. So
Mm.
my editor would tell me that it has to be fast and racy, so that is some details which are not required. I would put those also. So
Okay.
probably because this was my first book, so I'm now learning, in the learning mode. So let
Okay.
us see. So action thrillers, I like action thrillers, and I
Action
like
thriller.
Amici.
Okay, okay. So, how do you say this when I ask you, this, do you think that writing this book, writing a book in particular, has changed you from what you were?
Yes, it has changed me. It has definitely changed me. two ways I can tell you now also. One is it has told me that never say never, because as I told you 5 6 7 years back, I
Mm.
would have never thought that I would ever write a book. Never.
Yeah.
If even if I write an email, I write
Mm.
in bullet points. I don't write continuous email. I write because so that the other person understands, and I don't have to toil much. I
Yeah.
write one sentence, then another sentence, so that
Mm.
everything is crisp and clear. So I
Yeah.
had never thought that I would be writing an email.
Okay.
Another thing what has changed is my attitude. So 3 4 months down the line, when I started writing this book, I realized
Mhm.
that now that I have decided to finish this book, if I
Mhm.
have to write this book, I have to have peace around me. I have
Mm.
to have tension free atmosphere around me.
Yes. Yes.
So I decided, like everyone in the corporate
Mm.
world or otherwise also, I also like to have the last word. I also
Mm.
like to win an argument. I also
Mm.
like uh, show the other person that you are wrong.
Mm.
I also like it happens in the corporate world. So I
Yeah.
would also like. So I left all that. My whole
Okay.
focus was on the book. So I if somebody was arguing, I would let him have the last word. I would let him win the
Ah.
argument. So all this thing. And when I finished the book after 3 years, 3 and 4 years, I realized that this was not a bad way to live after all.
Mm.
This
Absolutely.
was better than what we were doing previously.
Yeah.
So now my wife is also worried because she says that you have stopped arguing, so that that life has become boring. So that way, I realize that people are even better. If you are good, people are better if you are good with
Yes.
them. So
Yes.
that is what I realize. It's a major shift.
Shift.
Because and I plan to remain like this. I don't know whether I'll be able to do that, but
Yeah.
this is a definite change that has happened in me.
Wonderful. I absolutely love that point. Definitely a greater shift, because that
Yeah.
somewhat correlates the kind of book you have mentioned, the
Because if I
mindset
had
for
to
being
write it, I had to write it in a peaceful atmosphere. I could
peaceful.
not write it in intention. In
Yeah,
if there is something happening in office and then coming home, and I could not write it. I'm not that sort of a. So I have to have peace around me. I already told you.
yeah, yeah.
So this is the way I approached it, and it helped me. And I plan to continue it like that now.
That's a beautiful
So
approach. Yes,
yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, good, great to know that. So that's another important point. The audience could take a note on. It's just the way of living that changes everything around you.
absolutely. It doesn't make any difference. I experienced in
Mm.
those 3 years. I experienced it that you are treated better by other people. Also, you are respected more, and
Absolutely.
nothing major happens that you are going to lose something very big. Nothing happens. So
Exactly.
just if you let people win arguments, if you let people have the last word, let it be like that. Peace of mind is
Absolutely.
more important.
Exactly. Yes, your peace, your own peace, our own peace is the
Absolutely,
priority.
absolutely.
Wonderful on that. Good. So, what do you do in your free time usually?
If it's free time during weekdays, so it is my family. So I like to spend time with my family, my wife, my son, wife, daughter is abroad, so my son is still here. So
Okay.
his online classes are going on, so I like to spend time with them. But if
Mm.
it on weekends, I like to spend time with my friends.
Okay.
We are 5 friends here in Bombay.
Okay.
Two are they call themselves townies, and
Mm.
we are from Thane, so we are the countrymen. So
Okay.
we tend to meet maybe probably once every 1.5 months. We due to this
Okay.
pandemic we have not been able to meet that frequently, but
Yeah.
we meet up, and then there's a riot. So we enjoy. It becomes very difficult for our wives also to control them. So I like to basically spend time. We talk on phone almost daily.
Okay.
Video calling we do. Not all five,
Mm.
whosoever is available.
Yeah.
So we do that also, but we
Mm.
meet also. So spending time with friends. One friend is in Mahalakshmi, so he's a bit far off, but
Oh.
still we try to make up.
Mm. Wonderful. Great. Okay. So from being a writer, I know, right from you started your journey in writing. So, what are the challenges you faced, and what do you think out of all those things trouble you much?
As a writer or after finishing the book?
You can share both of them.
As a writer, I have already told you I didn't face any
Any
challenges. It was
challenges?
it was my inner
Yes.
discipline which saw me
Okay.
through. But
Great.
after I finished the book, I had absolutely no idea what was in store for me. I was thinking that I will write the book, and within 15-20 days or probably 1 month it will be published, then that's it.
Mm. Okay.
But it took me 1 year to look for an agent, and then not 1 year, to look for a publisher. Agent I got pretty fast. I was
Yeah.
quite lucky that way.
Okay. Okay.
So once my editor told me that when this book was given to her for editing, she said,
Mm.
okay, you have finished the easiest part of the job, that is the
Mm.
writing the book. Now is that now comes the most difficult part. That
Difficult
time
part.
I thought, yes, it would be difficult, but I didn't understand what she meant. Now I understand that yes, this is the most difficult part. Getting the
Exactly.
book to people is the most even after getting it published now. So
Yeah.
it's quite a task to make people read it.
Need it. Absolutely.
So basically getting the book out is the most difficult part. It is the writing is the easiest part, because that is in
Okay.
your hands. Your
Mm.
discipline, how you approach, that is absolutely in your hands.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. True. Okay. So, any plans to make writing as a full time career?
As of now, no. But as
Okay.
I've already told you, one thing this book has taught me is never say never.
Never
So
say never.
yes. So as of now, I don't have any plans of switching over.
Okay.
Writing,
Right.
making writing as a full time job, because uh, unless and until this one becomes something of a Harry Potter, so that's a different issue. Otherwise, as of now, no. But
Okay.
I will continue writing, as I told you earlier also, that I will continue not book, but maybe
Mm.
taking
Okay.
taking part in the regular Tata Group or Tata Motors as this essay writing contest, and which I usually do. I would always do it. So I'll
Okay.
continue that, and maybe I write a book. I don't know. I have absolutely no answer for that, because one thing I have learned is that I can't be sure about this thing now.
Right. Come, just wait for the day, wait for the time, and just grab
Yes,
it when it comes.
it happens. It happens.
Open hands. Welcome
Yes.
with open hands. Okay. Okay. So as okay, we are almost there to the end of the session. So I before we close it, I want you to give a piece of advice, if it is for the younger generation these days, or whoever wants to write a book. There are a lot of people, especially the generation now. They are very good writers. I mean, not like the previous generation. Uh, they're much advanced. They can write. They've started writing poems, and I see a lot of people doing that. So, what would be your piece of advice for them?
Piece of advice, again, I would say it would be the discipline of writing
Hmm.
daily, or
Okay.
regularly. If you can't make it daily, it has to be regular. You have to write regularly. And
Okay.
if you are writing a book, the best thing is make notes of the characters you want to build. Then
Hmm.
write a rough draft first.
Okay.
Write a rough draft of the story first, and then start correcting it. That is how I did it. I don't know whether, because to
Hmm.
each his own. Some like it that way, some may like it in a different way.
Yeah.
But I did not conceive the characters. Let me tell you that also.
Okay.
I would sit, and some these words would flow. I would
Hmm.
keep on writing, but I wrote the rough draft first,
Okay.
and then I started correcting it and adding it, or deleting or editing it, whatever was to be done. But I
Okay.
wrote the rough draft. I had an idea. I had one idea that this has to happen in this book. These things have to happen.
Hmm.
Idea is discipline. There is no alternative for that. There's no
Absolutely.
alternative for that. You have to write daily and
Mm.
have a clear idea what you are going to write. The outline
Absolutely.
of the story should be there with you. The outline that
Mm.
I'm basically, it's I don't know whether it's an advice or not. I'm telling you what I did. So
True.
outline of the story was there, and then
Mm.
I was putting words in that. So that is how it is. I finished the first rough draft in around 6 7 months, and after
Mm.
that I took 2.5 years to
Finish the
correct
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So
Thank
we
you.
have some beautiful comments that have come by. Mr. Lata says that so happy for you, Prashant. And Vandana Pali is wishing you wonderful people have wonderful experiences. So and then Ashok Subramaniam so says Kashmir stories are always fascinating. Yes, they are. The Kashmir people are also very beautiful. I heard so. The events of recent past is some gripping tale. So congratulations to the author. And Naima says, "Good to see you and congratulations." So those are some beautiful
Thanks to
comments
all
that
of
are
them.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Prashant. That's been a wonderful conversing with you on this beautiful book, The Jhelum Boys. So I would be definitely going through this book for sure. Yes. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you for calling me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, audience. So thank you for being with us. And we would love to see you again next week. And by then, thank you. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you.